Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, anywhere you are in the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Business Analysis Simplified. And I am yours truly, Ola Ofimi. So, I hope you all had a great week. I hope you did something amazing, significant, or maybe not. I hope you're getting ready for the holidays, that time of the year. If you celebrate Christmas, it's exciting, and I hope everything is going well with you. So, on each episode of Business Analysis Simplified, we try to draw parallels between a business analysis technique, idea, concept, or something about business analysis. We try to draw parallels between that technique and everyday living, right? The idea is that if organizations are using these techniques to thrive, what would it cost us to try to attempt, try to use this technique in our everyday living and see how we could thrive with them as well. So you see me going on my screen. You already know what I'm trying to do, which is to bring in my partner, my best friend, my co-host, Business Analysis Simplified co-host. I'm trying to bring her in. Okay, she'll be joining very soon. Here she is. Hello, 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 KDO. How are you doing?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing amazing times.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you good.
Okay. Let's go. What's going on?
Awesome. Yes. So how are you doing? Did you have a great
Uh,
week?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was an amazing one. Stressful, but amazing. Sometimes stress is good, you know. Well, I don't know, a good type of stress, but when you know that you're doing the things you should be doing, you've got goals, you're trying, struggling, working hard. That's the right word, working hard to achieve them. I think that's a good stress.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And that leads us to today's topic because it's got
Mm-hmm.
some form of achievement tied to it. So
Mm-hmm.
today's topic is metrics and KPIs. So KPI is an
Yes.
acronym. The full version is key performance indicators. So metrics and key performance indicators. That's a business, well, two in one. It's a two-in-one business analysis technique. They go hand in
Mm-hmm.
hand that organizations use. It's some form of uh, performance measurement.
Yeah.
Use it to measure their performance relative to their industry peers. Because organizations can choose to assess their performance based on themselves, but the way it would cut across, or the way it would make sense, is to actually compare with an
Oh
industry
my
peer
God.
and see how you're doing, right? So you're doing that side by side comparison. Most of the time, it won't be apple to apple comparison, but some form of similarities will obtain. So
All
the
right.
way,
Apple to Android. I'm
yeah,
feeling silly this
apple to
morning.
Android, right? Yeah. I know. So at the core of KPIs and metric is collecting data,
Hmm.
cleaning those data, and synthesizing them. Because analysis is about breaking things apart. So when you break them apart to actually look at those metrics that you've defined, then you synthesize them to let it make sense to whoever is consuming that information to know what to do with it. And most
Yeah.
times it's usually the decision makers, the management team of any organization. So during the week, I talked about how a customer service team use KPIs in determining their customer experience metrics, like
Hmm.
see how the kind of service that their customers are getting from their customer service team. So they identified some metrics. One, the number one metric was the number of new tickets that they received, new ticket requests, the number of resolved tickets, average resolution time, average response time, and on and on
Yeah.
and on like that, right? And then when they gathered all those information together, it gave them, it's like checking yourself. You know what you can measure, you can manage, checking
Oh yeah.
yourself to see where you are at and looking for how to improve. I think it ties back again to continuous improvement, having to constantly check where you are per time and see what it is that you could use or you could do to improve and to get better and to get better. Because remember, it's all about
Yeah,
getting better each and every time,
continuously. Yeah.
right? So I'm turning towards saying something like you might not want to compare yourself with another person, but you gotta do some kind of analysis, some kind of performance
Yeah.
measurement to see where you are part time. So I'm gonna hand it over to KDO to help us see how we could apply KPIs and metrics to everyday living. KDO,
Okay.
over to you.
So let's go. The thing is, like you said, it doesn't make sense to compare yourself with other people. In fact, it's a recipe for frustrations and depression because
Mm,
what you see is the output of this person, right? You don't know what the input is. You don't know what they're going through in their houses. You don't know what they're going through in their mind. All you see is the finished product. And if you're comparing yourself to this person, it really doesn't make sense, right? But what I always encourage people to do is compare your KDO of today with the KDO of yesterday. If
mm,
nothing is changing, then you know that you're in trouble, literally. You want to constantly, continuously improve, but it's by comparing who you were to who you are with the view of who you can be, right? So that three levels of the past, the present, and the future for me. So when we're talking about comparing ourselves with ourselves, for me, it's huge that we write down. We must have, there's nothing to compare if I don't know what's my benchmark, right? And again, when I'm talking about how the past week has been challenging and also, what's it called? Fulfilling for me in the sense that one of the things I work with people on is having a plan. You can't just tell me I want to shed off weight and then how are you going to do it? It's not going to happen by sitting on your couch and dreaming about it, meditating about losing weight. You're not going to lose weight that way. You've got to be able to sit down and have a plan and then go execute on the plan. Right? Actually, we have a program coming up in another 5 hours now. We're going to be talking about planning for year 2024. So this is where KPI comes in. By the January 2023, what were your expectations? What were your goals? And I'm not talking about New Year resolution, but whatever you want to call it New Year resolution, call it goals, call it dreams, call it to 2024 aspirations, whatever. The thing is, now we are in December. Today is December the 9th. How have you done from January to December? Because if you don't know how you've done, how are you going to know what to do for the coming year? Right? So talking about the number of new tickets, I'm going to just use the same analogy that you used in the business world video that you did. So talking about new tickets request. When
mm,
we start out in January, at least people that we surround ourselves with and we try to encourage, we have a goal for going to the new year. We have a goal, we have a plan for 2023. So as you go along the way, there are some things that you didn't plan for that would show up. Maybe your goal was to have a master's degree. You already obtained your form. You know school is going to start in September 2023. But from the winds, from somewhere, somebody shows up in your life and be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to sponsor you to go abroad to go study. You already obtained a form and got an admission for University of Lagos. So all of a sudden, something new has shown up. So now it's about, oh, maybe you want to come to Canada, you want to go to the US. That is something you didn't plan, but
mm,
it's a request that aligns with your goals that you already had. So maybe you want to entertain it. So how many of those things showed up in your life in 2023?
mm.
Maybe the goal was, okay, I'm going to lose 5 kg between January and April or between January and October because you want to give yourself time for success. And all of a sudden, you realize that your friends are hitting the 40th mark and there's party every single month. And what does that mean for you? Food, 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 cake, cake, cake. And you're like, I didn't plan for this. And you go all out and, munch, eat all the cakes you can eat all the jollof rice and everything. And when December, you've not lost 1 kg. So these are new ticket requests.
Mm,
They weren't planned for. But are you noting them as you go on your way? Are you taking note of them? Because if you don't, you just realize you're in December and then what happened to my goals? Because if you don't know where you tripped or where you were forced to change, then you won't know how to adjust to annul the effect of that change. So that's what I'm going to talk about as far as new ticket request is concerned. And talking about resolved ticket, this one I would like to liken to your actual goal. What did Ola want to do in 2023 when January 1st rolled in? How many of those things were you able to do? You know, the one we always joke about, right? Having friendship audit. We're going to audit our
Right.
friends, people that don't serve, like they're filled with drama. So if Ola said, oh, in 2023, oh man, you've gone through the list of your friendship. Apparently, KDO made the list. That's why I'm still here. And you're like,
Always,
okay,
always making the list.
so this person, drama queen. No, I'm going to reduce the number of interaction with this person. This person, okay. This person, work in progress. That's fine. But now we're in December. The person that was filled with drama, did you actually reduce the interaction? Or did they literally take over your life?
Mm.
KPIs. You know if it succeeded or there's more to be desired in that aspect of your life. And then talking about average resolution time. If the goal was January, I'm going to learn a new trade, have a new side hustle, and that by, let's say by June 1st, I'm going to have, between January and June, I'm going to invest in myself to learn this new side also. And then by end of June, let's say when July 1st rolls in, I'm going to start the new side also. So the things go according to plan. Were you able to find somebody that was able to teach you like faster and then you even kickstart this side also in April as opposed to July? Or
Mm.
you couldn't find anyone to help you, or time was not on your side, or work became crazy. And instead of closing at 5, you started closing at 8 p.m. So you had no time. So now we are in December, the side hustle has not even started, or it didn't start until November. So you can check what was your average time for achieving the goals you set. So going to 24, you have to begin to factor these things in, right? What again? Top customer service agent. I like that one.
Yeah, that one was a little tricky because I thought, what are you doing to this team? Are you trying to segmentize those that are top performers and those that are performers and those that are not? You're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
something to that team because now there will be some kind of
Competition.
division.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
competition and division. Sometimes competition is good, but you and I know that in the agile world, we try not to do that because it's one for all and all for one, right? So it's a team effort. But in the traditional industry, we've got to know who's performing. How are you doing? Because it makes sometimes, if it is well played, it makes for healthy competition. So we want to know who is that person that is, resolving things on time, getting to the root of the problem, giving the customers good customer service experience. So we want to be able to identify who our customer service agent is. In this one, what I say is you've got to check your life. Who are those people that help you achieve your goals, that encourage you to achieve your goals,
Mm,
challenge you
mm,
to achieve your goals? And who are those people that when you say, I remember one time I was saying, oh, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I wanted to start a master's program, I wanted to do this. And a friend, this was back in the day, she actually said to me, Kemi, take it easy. Eh? How many things do you want to put in the fire at the same time? How many, like, I was like, what? And here I was thinking, my goals were not lofty enough,
right.
that I didn't have enough things planned. And she was saying to me that, oh my God, this is too much. We've got to, soft pedal. I knew to stylishly. I'm not going to keep you in my inner circle if you cannot encourage me to achieve my potentials, right?
Right.
So you want to know who are those people that encourage you, challenge you, push you toward achieving your best, or there are people in your life that they are the worst, your worst customer service agent, in the sense that you want to give up nicotine use, and you know that every time I'm with this person, I tend
Mm,
towards doing that. You want to
mm,
reduce your intake of alcohol. I'd rather say don't drink at all. That would be my de facto. But if for you it's reduction, but you know that there are some friends that there is no way. Once you hang out with them, you are going to drink until you're drunk. Those right there are your worst customer service agent. You want to avoid them. They might be good people, but they don't serve your larger purpose. So you got
Yeah,
to avoid those people.
like that adage, evil communication corrupts good,
Corrupts good.
or evil association in this case.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
absolutely. So we want to be careful who we're associating with, who you're allowing in your inner circle. Like I say, it's not that you're going to make enemies of everybody, but you've got to know who is in your inner circle. You've got to manage it, guard it jealously, right? So those are just the things. Again, in life, whatever you don't, what do we say? If you don't pay attention to something, you can't measure it.
Oh yeah. But
So
you can manage. Mm.
mhm. So as we're going into the year 2024, my recommendation, to use Ola's language, my recommendation, oh boy, but really my recommendation would be, let's prepare for the new year. Let's
Mm.
prepare, because if we do not have key performance indicators, how are you going to know how your year went, right? And if you say, yes, yes, I'm going to improve everything in my life, then you're going to improve nothing, right? You're going to
Oh
improve
yeah.
nothing. They've got to be focused. Where are you going to channel your energy in the new year? Coming into, where are you going to channel your energy? What are you going to give your focus to?
Mm.
Self-improvement, individual growth? What exactly is that going to be for you? So I think, yeah, for me, that's my submission. Key
Yeah.
performance indicators, we really need them in our lives, or else we're doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past.
Absolutely. And this is about the best time to do it, right? For 2024. The year is winding down. Everyone is kicking back, relaxed, in that mode to think, reflect, hopefully. Hopefully.
Ola, when you say everybody's kicking back, I think we need to be careful here. There was something I recently discovered. I heard somebody say, and I've been laughing every time I remember it, that Christmas is a holiday, not a holy month.
Yeah,
Ola
wait.
doesn't. Ola is not buying that. You're not buying that.
No, no, I'm kicking back. I'm kicking back a lot because I know I've worked hard the entire year. Yes, I won't take the
Okay,
entire month off because
it's
we're working,
Holy
right?
Holy Week.
Maybe 1 week, maybe two. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, now that's pushing it. Holy
Yeah, I
Week.
know. Yeah, so we're encouraging you as the year is winding down, begin to identify those quantifiable measurements for 2024. Because
Hmm.
if you can't measure it, you cannot manage it.
No,
So for
no.
instance, if you're planning to lose weight, I usually would just go to the extreme of using pounds in measurement as against using kg, because I know you prefer kg. I know you prefer kg because kg is just two digits. You say, okay, currently I weigh 72 kg. I want to get down to like 68. I go to the extreme and I use the pounds and I say, I am 145 or 168 right now. The you know how figures send messages to your brain that, oh my god, 100, that's a lot.
100.
And that kind of sends your brain sends signals to the other parts of your body to say,
That
oh my god, you're
uh-uh.
gonna die soon if it's 100 and something, so you better do something. Check yourself, man, before you wreck yourself. So do the pounds measurement and quantify, I mean, start measuring it. And of course, you want to do something significant when when you're losing the weight. You aren't consuming all the carbohydrates and then weigh yourself again every now and then. That scale is going to be going up as against going down. So
Okay.
I know
Oh my God. You're a clown. And then when you lose 1 kg, you say, I've lost 2 pounds.
yeah, I know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the reverse is the case when you're losing it. Yeah, so what we're saying is identify those quantifiable measurements, right? Put them in form of goals. You're currently weighing something. What do you want that to be? by March next year. Make them specific. You know how you have the
Mm-hmm.
SMART goals: specific, measurable,
Yep.
achievable, realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Realistic. They have to be as realistic as possible, and then time bound.
Time bound. Yeah.
Put all of those in your goals, in whatever it is you call them, your aspirations, your resolutions. Put them in so that at some
Yep.
point in 2024, you're able to look back and say, this was where I was, this is where I'm at. And
Mm-hmm.
you could see remarkable difference. You could see remarkable achievements that are gone between that where I was and where I'm at right now. Right. So that's how you make significance of your
Yeah.
life, right?
Yeah.
That's how you
Yeah.
make impact in your life. And that's how you even cut across to other people, right? Because if you set those goals, you are holding yourself accountable to accomplishing those goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people will say, set the goals, keep it secret, because once you say it out, you have already exacted the energy to achieve it. I am not a believer of that.
Mm-mm.
I stand corrected. There's so many school of thoughts about goal setting, but set a goal, plan towards it, like actually identify the plan that would help you get there, and you will see yourself gravitating towards it and
Yeah.
achieving those goals. Okay,
Yeah.
so make those your action items for 2023, winding down 2024, kicking
24.
off
Yeah.
very soon. And then we encourage you, if business analysis is still that part of is part of the goal that you have
Mm-hmm.
for 2023, you can still make it happen. Maybe not
Yeah.
necessarily finish all the classes, because we have 10-week classes, but
Yeah.
start off,
At least
start off,
start. Start.
or
Yeah.
put money aside, put some funds aside for self-development, for personal
Mm-hmm.
development for
Absolutely.
2024, and make it happen. Okay? All righty. KDO, do you have last word for our audience before we
Oh,
wrap?
just to tell them that it's your life. Go live it.
Absolutely. Be intentional with your life. That's how you become legendary. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hola. We've got classes. We gotta go.
Until next time, we say bye bye. Take care, everyone.
Peace out.
Yeah.